All right, welcome into the Jets group chat pod. The day has come. It's game day. The NFL season 2023 is about to kick off. We're just mere hours away from the 1 o'clock slate of Sunday games going off. Of course, our Jets are in the primetime slot tomorrow night, so we can kind of go through Sunday scot-free and not have to stress too much today. But obviously, by the time you guys are going to be listening to this, is probably going to be game day for the Jets. Going into Monday night against the Bills. And boys, how we feeling? We got Spiga in the house, we got PJ, we got Dennis. Bandoni's at the church filling up the collection plate. Praying for a couple dubs this year. So boys, how we feeling going into this one? You feel confident the same old Jets are dead and
Fucking pumped, man.
this new Rodgers fucking era is about to get ushered in? What's the mood right now within the group?
Can't wait.
I'm fucking
Yeah,
stoked,
wait.
dude. I know I'm mad that we have to wait another day because football's back, but still, I think they're
That's
gonna.
gonna be electric, man. Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
What?
I wish I can go. Oof, I wish I could be there. It's gonna be that.
Crutching on in.
Yeah, Dennis is on crutches. Would you hurt yourself playing softball last week?
Yeah, I tore my calf muscle.
Doing what? Doing what?
Running the bases.
You're the worst, man. Just
You're an
stop
idiot.
playing. You get hurt every. You
It's
get hurt every year.
Giancarlo
You play.
Stanton, bro. He can't even run bases.
You're retired, bro.
Well, I was running fast, and then when you get hurt,
Fastest kid alive.
So you're gonna crutch your ass. Dennis is gonna crutch his ass in onto MetLife Stadium tomorrow night. Is that how this is gonna go?
yeah.
There's a lot of stairs, Dennis.
Can they get you
Oh,
like
yeah.
a? Can they get you like a handicap seat or something?
I'm gonna try to call. I mean, right? But I don't want to be away from like everybody I came with.
They gotta be able to like put you on a golf cart and at least drive your ass to the gate. I'd think that's a long way.
That'd be nice.
They're
Well,
even
no-
gonna say your crutches
That's
are
a lot of escalators, bro.
Yeah.
Sucks. I can't walk with a beer into the stadium because I'm gonna have my hands on crutches.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You're gonna have to sit tomorrow for a while, I'm sure, and drink during the tailgate.
Oh, that's what I'm good at.
Yeah,
Can't believe it.
How are you feeling, Carlos? What do you think we got? What do you think?
I don't know,
Monday's
man.
gonna bring?
I'm nervous. Like I feel
you
good about
feeling?
I feel good about the team, but I'm not to the point of like excitement. I'm more nervous. I feel
Nah.
like I don't know
I'm
why.
100. I'm
Like,
100% excited.
I know like the
Exactly.
lead into it is exciting, but like once the game gets rolling, like I'm gonna be nervous, and I feel like I'm
Nah.
gonna be that way every week moving forward.
Nah,
Because this is the first time this team has had expectations in 15 years almost.
right.
It's like
The more the reason why I'm the first time I'm excited for since forever.
And that's what makes the fans nervous.
Well,
But
we're
this
always
isn't a-
excited for game one, and then like about 20 minutes in, we're like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah,
This
we're
is
either-
why we're not excited.
we're either waiting for the first injury in the first quarter, or
This-
we could be up 10-0 at the end of the first, and you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, and you know you're not going to win the first game.
Just remember this. This is just another Monday for A-Rod. Just another
Oh,
Monday.
for
He's
sure.
gonna go out and light it up and not
You're
give a
gonna
fuck.
ball out on Monday Night Football.
We just can't lose sight of the fact that like Buffalo's a really good fucking team. Like but as like Salah said in Hard Knocks, at some point you have to look at yourself as like they have to play me too.
They have to play
And
us, exactly.
so like I don't think Buffalo is sitting there and saying, "Oh, we feel great about going into it" either. I'm sure Buffalo has some tense feelings and going into this game as well. It's obviously going to be there's so many fucking factors going into this game. It's 9/11. It's Monday night. You're
Supposed to
gonna have
maybe rain,
you're gonna
who
have all
knows?
the you're gonna have all the emotion going into that. You're gonna have the flyover. You're gonna have the flag. You're gonna have all the fallen police and firefighters and first responders there. So that's gonna be. I think Vinny Testaverde's coming out as the captain. He was the quarterback during 9/11. Like you're gonna have a big reception for Vinny. That's my guy. And then Fireman Ed's gonna be getting everybody fired up with the chant. They want us in our seats early. They're saying like 7:30 be in your
7:30.
seat. I have a hard time leaving
Really?
the tailgates. Yeah, they want everybody in their seat by like 7:30 because they're gonna
They said
Have to leave at 6:15.
yeah.
they're putting
right.
up fireworks. They're putting up fireworks. They said when everybody sees the fireworks, that's how let everybody know. Come on in.
Yeah, they said they're
That's
gonna shoot
wild.
fireworks off at like 7:15 to tell you to start like packing up your tailgate.
Oh, okay.
And they want everybody in there early because they're gonna do the player intro. And from what I hear, they're giving out some kind of LED.
Green break.
Spiga, you sent it, some LED bracelet. I think they're gonna turn the lights off, like in
Be
the
like
whole.
they're gonna shut
It's gonna
the
be
lights
some.
off.
It's gonna be some
Yeah.
kind of light show, which
Oh,
is
no, so
cool.
number 2, dog.
What?
You got
You
two
froze twice
hiccups
already.
there.
What?
You froze twice
Both
already.
twice.
Oh. All right. Well, we're gonna keep moving along. This is what we got to work with right now. Yeah, it just started raining here too, so
It's
that's
pouring.
Is
yeah,
this supposed to rain? Is it supposed to rain tomorrow?
I saw that it's supposed to rain in the
Right.
morning, but by noontime, it's I think supposed to stop, and I think by game time, it's supposed to be like 60-ish, 65-ish degrees.
What?
Yeah,
That's
it's gonna
cold.
at night. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna go down into the high 60s.
I mean, I would have been good with like a 75, 60. All right.
That's
Oh,
cold.
Yeah,
gotta
it's
put
only
that-
it's only a high of 80 tomorrow during the day, but like I said, it's supposed to rain in the first part of the day. It's supposed to stop, and then it's gonna go down to I think like 60, somewhere between like 65 and 67 or something
pack
by
my bags
by
today.
kickoff.
You guys want to hear something wild?
Sure do.
Aaron Rodgers has a passing rating of 97.9 with 3,500 passing yards and 27 touchdowns, 9 interceptions in week 1 in his career.
I like that guy on my side.
And he's 9-0 Monday night.
Yeah, I like a guy that's not afraid of the moment, and like going back to like not being the same old Jets. It's rare for the Jets to have that guy who embraces the moment and can handle the moment. And the Jets aren't in these moments very often, so it's nice to have.
It will be this year.
Yeah, it's nice to have a leader, and I think that's one thing that. Correct me if you don't feel the same way, but I think that was the biggest thing I took away from Hard Knocks was just like seeing how that dude commands the room and commands the respect of everybody in there. Like that one episode where he wasn't happy with like the protection and the penalties, and he goes off on the silent
like 12 times.
yeah. He goes on that tangent with F-bombs, and then you're like 2 minutes later, he's like pulling each guy aside individually, telling them what he didn't like or what they can do to fix what he didn't like. And I just feel like you can't, like, not every guy can react that way. Not every guy can pull that off and have a positive reaction. Like Zach Wilson couldn't do that.
No.
Like
you have to have a pedigree to do that. You have to have, a background to do that. It's not like, again, any guy just come up and be like, oh, I'm going to get pissed off, then try to go and lead everybody and tell them what they did differently. That's not how it works. Right. Like you look at him, he's like jovial, he's cool, he's fun, he's this. But then you see the opening scene of like, was it episode 3, where Randall Cobb was like, listen, he's the coolest dude in the world, but do your shit. Because if you don't, he's going to get on you and he's going to call you out and he's going to he's going to push you.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of guy you want.
Yeah. And he said he's going to lose trust in you. Like if you don't make plays, he's not going to throw the ball to you. It's just the way it's going to roll. Like you get open, he's not going to trust you enough to throw it to you. And I thought that was pretty fascinating.
And there's only a handful of quarterbacks or a handful of players in the NFL who you can say have that type of like authority or, like you said, command of a room. Like he transformed this entire, not even the team, not the locker room, like the narrative of the Jets in one offseason. Like not even one offseason, like in 4 months. Like he came in and was like, not even say, hey, I'm going to change this. He's just like, this is how I operate. And everybody just followed suit. Everyone was just watched what he did. And everybody just started to just do what he does. And it changed like everything. And even like the way the coaches talk, I feel like is different.
Yeah.
He had an impact on every person in this organization.
Yeah, he's transformed the entire franchise. It's pretty incredible because they always say like one guy doesn't make the team, and that's obviously the case, but like one guy could flip the script and change the whole narrative of the franchise, and that's happened because like that's what we did all last year when we recorded all these episodes. We were like, the Jets are good, man. Like the Jets are good. They should be taken seriously, but it was always the quarterback that was holding them back. And now that they have that guy, I think we feel as a fan base, like us as a group collectively and just other Jet fans, I think we feel so much better about this team because we know the bones of the team. We know how deep the line is. We know how good the secondary can be. We know how good Garrett Wilson is. But like all these people nationally, they just think that we got Aaron Rodgers and it's Aaron Rodgers on like a same old Jets team. But because nobody watched the Jets last year, nobody realizes how good the Jets actually were last year in other aspects. They just saw that the Jets finished 7-10 or whatever it was, and they think Aaron Rodgers is coming to a typical 7-10 team, and he's going to take them to 12 or 13 wins. Where the Jets are probably better than a 7-win team last year. I think we could all agree they had the makings to be that. If Rodgers is there last year, they probably are a 12 or 13 win team. They probably win a lot of those games.
They
But
won 7 games with Mike White and Zach Wilson.
yeah. And I think that's why people keep shitting on the Jets nationally, because they just think this is the same old Jets. It's a smoke and mirror. Aaron Rodgers is 40 years old. He's a done quarterback that's on a bad team, and this is all just going to be a disaster. And that's why people just like to keep hating on the Jets, because it's low hanging fruit, and it's been low hanging fruit for 15 years. And so the only way you're going to change that narrative is to go out there on primetime and show everybody this isn't the same old Jets anymore. Look how deep this fucking defensive line is. Everybody had questions about the line. Let Becton and Brown go out there and hold up for a game and protect Rodgers. Let Garrett Wilson go out there and score 2 touchdowns. Let Wilson let Sauce have a pick 6. Like, I'd love for them to just showcase what they are as a team on the national stage without having to just have a go back and forth battle and like, oh, is this what we are? I'd love for them to just go out and make a statement and really come out with a win in the opener. I think it would go a long way in just shutting everybody the fuck up and saying that they don't believe in this team, because they have.
Yeah, well, at the same time, the Bills fans are sick and tired of hearing everything about the Jets. So,
Yeah,
like they believe that they're gonna go in there and they're gonna wipe the floor with it. Like that's what they believe.
Yeah, and
I kind of think everybody's sick and tired of hearing about the Bills too over the last 3 years.
I agree.
You keep talking them up and like, oh, they're this, they're Super Bowl contenders, they're number one. Like then they just fall flat. Like it's almost like it's all right. Well, we've seen this song and a dance.
All right, this is year 4. Bills, let's go.
I think they take a step back this year.
That's what I'm saying. Like they like all these other teams, like they don't get the same like hate that the Jets get. You know, the Bills were terrible for years. The Dolphins were terrible for years. The Lions were terrible for years.
Yeah.
The Browns were terrible.
You know what changes? They all got a quarterback.
That's good. The Jaguars were terrible for years.
And it changed every now they're I mean they're in a shitty division, but they're top 10 power rankings. They're picked to win the division, host home playoff games. Like getting one quarterback, one player, Carlos, what you said before, like one person doesn't make the team, but one fucking player, one really good player at the right position can change a lot of shit.
Yeah, man. It's true. I agree with that. Like my gut tells me the Bills probably do take a step back this year, because how long can you sustain what the Bills have done? Like eventually you have to shit or get off the pot.
Yeah.
And this is a pivotal year, I think, for where they are as a program. I mean, Josh Allen's going to be there forever. And as long as they have Josh Allen, they're going to be a contending team. But it just feels like this is a big year moving forward for their program. You don't know what's going to happen with Diggs. That whole offseason, you kind of didn't know if he was going to stay there or if he wanted to be there. You still really don't know if he wants to be there. He really doesn't have a choice but to be there. Von Miller's hurt. He's going to be out the first 4 weeks. Their defensive coordinator left. And I think this is a big year for that head coach too, to prove something. You only go to the dance so many times before you don't win, and then changes eventually come. So I mean, they've been the class of the division, and until you beat them, they're gonna be the class of the division. So I think this is a huge opportunity to come out here and make a statement. And the Jets played Josh Allen pretty tough last season, both games. That game in Buffalo at the end of the year, they were in position to win that game. It was a sloppy game. I remember that game. It was bad weather, but they were in a position to win that game, and they beat them at MetLife last year, and they actually beat him up. He got injured. I think that was his elbow, right? They hurt him. So he said earlier in the week during his press conference, he said they as a defense the last couple of years give me probably more problems than anybody. So I mean, they've acknowledged that the Jets are a matchup problem for them. And when you take that into account, like when you go up and down the depth of like taking Josh Allen away out of it, is Buffalo really that much better than the Jets all around? Like I feel like they're fairly equal footing in terms of
equal. Yeah, still a good team, but like I mean, I don't think better.
Yeah, I mean, they have Diggs, we have Garrett Wilson, and then what's after that? I mean, Gabe Davis, he's fine. Is he better than Lazard? They're probably comparable guys.
Yep.
They got Trey White, we got Sauce, they've got Ed Oliver, we've got
I mean, we've have 10 guys we could shuffle in and out of the D line at any time, and they could our entire D line depth can start on any other team in the NFL. All 10 guys could start on any team in the NFL. And we're shuffling them.
Did you see the depth chart?
Yeah, it's crazy.
They got Bryce Huff like way last.
Bro, I know they're super stacked at D line, but it fucking hurts me to see him third. Bryce
like
Huff
third,
like it's wild.
They're all gonna.
I know, and I know it's gonna be a rotation. I know,
They're
but it's
all
just
gonna
weird.
rotate in, man. He's gonna come in on situational pass rush thing. The dude's gonna play like a fourth of the snaps this year, and he's gonna have like 9 or 10 sacks
I feel like
playing like.
he's gonna pull one of those like I'm too good and I want to go and get paid to be a
He
starter.
might. He's gonna be a free agent. He might. You can't pay all of them.
Bart Scott said that I listened to him on the radio the other day. He was like, Bryce Huff's gonna get paid as a start, like a big time starter next year. He goes, and then he's not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, it's probably true.
That's what happens.
Well, look at a lot of these guys that the Jets have lost the last couple of years that we didn't like to see. Who's the guy that went to the Jaguars last year? Interior guy. We really wanted to keep him, and he ended up getting away. He got paid a shit ton of money. He was like the Jaguars' big defensive acquisition last offseason, not this past offseason.
Defensive line?
Yeah. I gotta look it up now because it's gonna piss me
too.
off. You look it
He
up.
didn't do
Speaking of
anything.
yeah, he did. Like he had a fine year, but like he didn't do what he did with the Jets.
No, I was gonna say Laker Doozable. He's retired.
No, he's been gone for a while. He's an interior lineman for the Jags.
Fully Fadakowski.
Fully, yeah, Fatukasi. Yeah.
Okay.
He got some money. So, yeah, they have guys like that all the time that they just shuffle in and out and they get paid and you don't ever hear from them again. And that's just a testament to the program and Joe Douglas putting those guys together.
Don't really, not say don't pan out elsewhere, but don't do all that we like work. Really transpires.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, I froze again.
You're good.
You were talking and you weren't moving. I was like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, it's getting interesting, that's for sure.
It needs to be iron.
Here's a question for you guys. Outside, since we're on opening day today, everybody's listening. It was yesterday. Outside of the Jets, obviously Monday night. Who are you most excited to see play today? What team?
It's a good question. I was going to ask you guys if you have any people on your upset radar, like your upset of the week or something like that.
Let's check it out.
I think the Colts are going to be the Jaguars.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, hot take from Spiga right out of the gate.
Going to the good old gambling roots. The line doesn't make sense.
Is that game in Jacksonville?
Nope.
It's in Indianapolis.
Yep.
You know who I think looks good this week, and then
let's go down the list.
Gonna take a dive after that is the Broncos. I think they'll look good against the Vegas in their first game with Garoppolo.
They always do that though.
And then they're just
you're right.
Let's go down the list, Carlos.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's a couple. I'm not going to go through all of them, but ones that are interesting that I could see maybe some upsets. Bengals Browns, I feel like could be interesting.
Either way.
Burrow's been out all preseason, could still have some lingering effects. Browns, you don't really know what they are. Like Watson was terrible when he came back last year, but he's had a full off season now in the system. Like that could have some upset potential. I could see that there.
Line's only 2. Bengals only given 2 points away at Cleveland, but still, that's.
I like the Niners and Steelers.
Yeah, a lot of people like that Niners Steelers game. A lot of people think Steelers have a shot in that one.
I think they do. Kenny Pickett's going to take a step forward, a big step forward.
I do too. I drafted Pickett. I drafted Pickett as my second quarterback a couple places. I think he's going to have a big year. I like Pickens a lot. I think they're gonna have a good year.
I think the Bucs beat the Vikings today.
The Bucs beat the Vikings.
I that Baker Mayfield.
I could see that. I don't love the Vikings.
I don't like the Vikings either, especially why the line went from 7 down to 6 and then down to 5 right now, and they're at Minnesota.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
I'm super. There's neither one would be an upset. I'm interested to see the Dolphins and Chargers.
I just want to see that game.
It's like a weird. It's a
shootout. Yeah, I think the Chargers win that game.
It's a big year. It's a big year for both of those teams. Like they have to prove something. Like the Dolphins, obviously, they're in the division with us. They're
gonna have a hammer to over type of game.
Herbert's got to take that step, man.
Yeah, Herbert's got to show us something here. I mean, obviously the talent flashes, but eventually you got to win. Kind of like what we said with.
I think it's his coach, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised he kept his job. I really am. I thought they would move on from him.
Yeah. You know what's going to be a good game? Packers Bears.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if Justin Fields is the true hype. I want to see DJ Moore, how that connection goes. Plus, because I drafted him.
So
And I'm curious to see what fucking Jordan Love could do. I mean, like, I'm not a hater of Jordan Love. I didn't think he was that great coming out of Nevada, but now you're the guy. No more
I was just
Rodgers.
about to say, like, who needs a win more, Jordan Love or Justin Fields?
I think Love.
Jordan
Love,
Love,
well,
right?
Love's in like the last year's contracts. He's
Yeah,
like
No, who needs a win today, like right now,
I
today?
think.
I think Jordan Love.
Yeah,
Jordan
I
Okay.
Love needs the win because he needs to prove that he could do it without a Rodgers. Fields, like, he could run for 400 yards and still lose, and they'll still say he's
I'll go
Yeah,
Bears.
phenomenal.
yeah.
and I also it's going to be tough though. Love, I think from what I saw today, Watson is out
Yeah,
for
he's hurt.
Green Bay, so he's not
Yeah.
playing. So he's going to have to rely on Romeo Doubs and
Hammer the
Hammer
Aaron Jones.
Jaden
over.
Reed.
Who's your
What's
best pick?
Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling about the Steelers today. I don't know why. I think the Steelers would be my upset pick. I think they're going to beat the
Yeah, I can
Niners.
see that.
It's not really an upset, but I think the Commanders are going to show out.
I think so
Commanders
too.
will
The
win.
Cardinals are nothing.
The Cardinals suck, but I think like the Commanders are like
Who's
putting
about
it
Josh
together.
Dobbs? Tennessee.
Yeah,
Josh Thomas.
no eyebrow having motherfucker.
Wait, what's wrong with Tannehill?
What's your prediction for before we wrap here? I know everybody's pressed for time. We gotta get shit ready for the tailgate tomorrow. And obviously we'll be back next week after the game, probably Tuesday or Wednesday, to record with our reaction to how it all turned out. But what's your prediction for tomorrow, Monday night? Rodgers debut, 9-11. I guess I'll go around. Dennis, what's your prediction? Or you don't have to necessarily give me a score. If you want to, you can.
I got it ready to go.
And I want to know who's having a day.
Jets win 28-17.
He's got it ready.
The person to have a day will be Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Going out on a limb there.
100 plus yards and at least a touchdown.
Sheesh.
Your lips to God's ears, baby.
Sheesh.
How about you, PJ? What are we feeling? What are we thinking?
I'm thinking that it's gonna be a dogfight, but I'm thinking the Jets D line just goes absolutely bananas and is the difference maker in the whole game. I'm looking at like 2017 Jets.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah. I'm looking at like Aaron Rodgers to show out because it's Monday Night Football. I'm looking at the Bills to hold their own and do their own thing, but I feel like it'll come down to like a last second field goal.
I agree. That's where I'm going with mine. I'll let you wrap, but I
Do you think
think it's going to be a field goal game. I think Greg the Leg wins it with like end of the fourth or time expiring or a couple seconds left. I think it's a field goal type game. I don't think it's super high scoring. I think they're going to put points up, but I don't think it's not going to be like a 42-38 game. It's going to be something like, I don't know. I could see it maybe going as high as like 27-24 maybe, or something like that, or 24-21, something in that neighborhood. I feel like that's what we're kind of heading for. I'm interested to see. It's not necessarily like going out on a limb and predicting anything. I want to see how the Jets could run the ball with this committee. I'm interested to see the way they work Hall in. I don't think Hall's going to have a super big workload, but Cook really hasn't had a huge offseason in terms of work. He just started practicing a week or two ago. So I'm interested to see if he's going to like be explosive right out of the gate, or are we going to have like a little issue running the ball in the first couple of weeks with both of those guys really not up to where they're going to be, or we hope they are in November or December. So
I feel like there's so many people that want to see the Jets lose this game.
everybody wants to see them.
Everybody wants to see the Jets lose the game. Well, what's I'll say? If you ain't got haters, you ain't popping, man. That's the way it is now. So it's funny though. The Jets just went from like being the butt of the joke and everybody just making fun of the Jets to now, when there's expectations, people still love to hate on the Jets. There can't be a world where the Jets are successful for people. Otherwise they lose their minds. It's fascinating. Like when they're supposed to be good. I guess the only way to change that though is to back it up, like go out there and win. You're going to have a lot less haters on Tuesday than you do on Sunday if you go out and win this game, but there's no respect. You have to earn respect. And I get that. They've been a shitty team for, like we said, 15 years. And if you want to change that narrative, you have to the only thing that's going to change that is win. You could trade for the quarterback. You could go fucking nuts in free agency, have a great draft. You could have all the fucking depth you want. If they don't win games, it doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to respect you. So I think this is where the respect factor really kicks off. This is it. It's a new era. And if we want to fucking walk with our chest out puffed and command respect, it's a game you have to win. Like Salah said, they have to play us. Buffalo should look at the schedule and say, oh shit, we got to play the Jets tonight, not the opposite where we're going in there saying, oh man, we got Buffalo and then we got Dallas and then we got fuck that. Like if you're good, they're
Yo, when Robert Saleh was saying that about
oh man, that got me hyped, man. That got me so hyped.
he's like, oh yeah, it's good. Your players play hard. Fuck you.
Fuck
I totally hear that shit.
Fuck you. I want to fuck you up.
Fuck you up.
Yeah, I love that. That got me so hyped because you know how that I could just see that's how it was last year. Like they ran around, Zach Wilson held them back, and then they're like, "Oh, you guys play hard," and he's like, "Fuck this, man! Like we're better than this. Like, just get me a quarterback, and we'll start winning some games." Spiga, how we feeling, bro?
I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think both defenses are going to show out. If anybody struggles, I think it might be
offensive
I
line.
think Dalvin Cook's going to. I do. I think Jets are going to establish the run and establish the run early. It's still going to be committee, still going to be everything, but I think Dalvin Cook could probably catch about 5 passes out of the backfield. I think Michael Carter's still going to get some burn. You're going to get a couple big runs out of Breece Hall, but I think Dalvin Cook's going to show off one. I think it's like a 20 to 13 win for the Jets. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game at all. Defenses are going to show out on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's what they're both built on. I mean, we both have the quarterbacks now, but it still goes down to like the bones of constructing.
Ground and pound and a tough
right.
defense.
It comes down to defense and running the ball, and that's still going to be the recipe for the Jets. Like just because they have Rodgers, they're not going to drop back and throw 40 times a game now. Like that. Exactly. That's not going to change. The plan is still going to be to fucking run the ball down their throat, and they're deep at that position. You know, you have Cook, you have Hall, you have Carter, and you have the kid Izzy, who I think is low key could be a huge factor in this thing eventually. I don't think right out of the gate he's not going to get any burn, but I think when you come into like November, December, the kid is so fast that they could start incorporating him into the offense a little bit, and I think he's going to end up playing a factor in a couple games down the stretch where we're just like, man, we got to use this kid more because he's so damn fast. And that's one thing that they haven't had in their offense really in a long time. They have the speed of Izzy, and low-key, nobody really talks about Hardman being there either as like a Swiss Army knife guy. Like I think they're going to do some crazy stuff with Hardman eventually. I don't know if that's going to be out of the gate, but like he's going to line up at receiver. He's going to come out of the backfield. He's like a jack of all trades guy. That
he's
can
going to
do
be
a
Jared
lot of
McKinnon.
things.
He's going to do everything. He's going to do he's going to do what they wanted Elijah Moore to do. Elijah Moore to do. A lot of those jet sweeps. He's going to get a lot of those quick slants and just hopefully he can just catch and go. I think he's another one who, again, is underrated because he's not talked, but they showed so much vanilla in Hard Knocks and in the preseason. You're going to see nothing that they ran early on.
Oh, so for sure.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more wildness to this opening day, but I think still it's going to be a low-scoring affair. Some good plays, but again, still two really good teams that are built around their defense, and they're going to stick to it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to it. We're a little bit over 24 hours now, I guess, from kickoff, and hype is real, man. The energy's there. All right, boys. Let's go out there, get a dub tomorrow night, and let's enjoy the shit out of this. The first of hopefully many wins.
Hell yeah.
And just enjoy it. Crack open a couple beers.
I just hope both teams have fun.
Yeah, agree. I agree, man. Well, I hope the Jets beat the shit out of them. I don't care.
I hope there's no injuries.
No injuries. Let's make out of it healthy. Yeah. Dennis, I'll see you in lot J21 tomorrow. Crutching your ass on over. PJ, Spiga, we'll talk to you. We'll be back on. I'd assume probably Tuesday or Wednesday night to record and see how this whole thing turned out. And we'll go from there. Appreciate everybody hopping on, listening in. Hopefully you're listening to us on your way to the stadium to tailgate. It should be a good one on tap there. So jet the fuck up, boys.
Get it.